Hello everyone! In this video, we will talk more about the self-inquiry process known as the Work by Byron Katie and look into the principles behind it. Let's begin. This video is sponsored by Freyr's Happiness Project. Check the link in the description. Loving What is both the title of the first book of Byron Katie and the main driving force behind the process known as the Work. For those of you not familiar with it, I recommend checking the previous video where I introduced and explained how it works. One of the great advantages of doing the work is that it doesn't require us to adopt any new beliefs or alter our behavior. This process is oriented at finding what's true and what's not by relying on our internal wisdom, rather than the authority of a teacher or a text. This makes it a great tool even for those people who have no interest in its metaphysical aspects and applications. Those of you who are new to the work begin by learning about something that Katie calls three businesses: mine, yours, and God's. By God's business she means the events which are outside of our control, natural disasters, accidents, etc. Much of the stress comes from us living outside our own business and sincerely believing that we know what is best for somebody. No matter what your motivation is, if you take a notice of how you feel when you are mentally living somebody else's life, you will feel a sense of separation and tension as there is nobody left to live yours. If you understand the three kinds of businesses enough to stay in your own business, it could free your life in a way that you can't even imagine. The next time you are feeling stress or discomfort, ask yourself whose business you're in mentally, and you may burst out laughing. This question can bring you back to yourself, and you may come to see that you've never really been present, that you've been mentally living in other people's business all your life. Just to notice that you're in someone else's business can bring you back to your own wonderful self. For those of you who doubt this concept and believe that you are staying in somebody else's business because you love and care for them, I suggest taking a closer look at it. What emotions and stories do you bring to the table? Is it really about that other person, or are your own fears and agendas obscuring your view? If we take another step forward and look at the metaphysical aspects of the process, then there is no avoiding talking about the nature of our reality, which is often referred to as a dream state. Basically, what it means is that we are dealing with projections of our own mind, rather than a solid physical reality inhabited by intelligent entities. To get a full realization of that would entail awakening within this dream and seeing it for what it really is, an intricate shadow play. A great illustration of that would be Plato's allegory of the cave. A group of prisoners are chained and are sitting in a cave facing the wall in front of them. Behind them there is a fire, and behind it there are moving objects which cast shadows on that wall. The prisoners can't see behind them, and they believe that these shadows are the real things, as they've been staring at them their entire lives. Then one prisoner breaks free and sees the real world behind them, ventures out to explore, and then comes back to share his discovery. Unfortunately, his discovery isn't welcomed, and he ends up getting killed, as none of those who remained in the cave would want to leave the comfort of their limited yet familiar world. What it means for us, though, is that we are not bound by the perceived events in this illusory world. This is the most vital part of a personal spiritual journey, liberating yourself from the shackles of your beliefs and surrendering to the natural flow of things. Jed McKenna puts it this way: your thoughts and emotions determine your dream state reality. That's where you start. From there, it's just a matter of simplifying the equation and eventually seeing that your thoughts and emotions are your dream state. And by doing the work, we are able to achieve the level of clarity which would allow us to experience the truth behind these statements deeper and deeper, until it completely replaces our old way of separated existence with an integrated one. This leads us to the question of why we are here, dreaming our lives away. Although this question has been a cause of countless spiritual and philosophical debates, and still remains a great inspiration for the newly emerging schools of thought, I would like to look at it within the context of the work. Byron Katie, when referring to our experience on this planet, calls it Earth School. This also resonates with the message of A Course in Miracles, which tells us that our dream lives are our classrooms, and we are here to learn the lessons in the form of our relationships and events which happen to us. Knowing that we are only dealing with our own stories and projections rather than actual people and situations, This way of thinking can empower us to face our fears heads-on and discover their false nature through diligent inquiry using the process. It can also serve as a great reminder to not get attached to the outcomes, as our primary goal in life shifts towards self-realization. Gradually, as we learn to question our painful thoughts and withdraw our judgments, we start noticing that things which were catastrophic back in the day don't cause any reaction within us. We look forward to seeing all the opportunities of liberation each day presents to us. We learn to love what is and stop fighting it. That's when our personal nightmare begins turning into a happy dream. And who knows, maybe after you're done enjoying it, you will be ready to awaken from the dream entirely. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section about your experience with using the work. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It will help the channel to grow and cover more interesting topics. See you in the next video.